I want to be on the right side of change. That's what ARC is all about. Do I like a two-sided market? I disagree. I agree with Elon Musk on almost everything, certainly in terms of technology. But on this point that short sellers are a negative for the market, and ARC, who were terrorized during Tesla's plunge during 2019, if you have the courage of your conviction, and our courage comes from research, back then, what did we do during that plunge when many speculators were saying they're going to run out of money? Our simple question was, how can that be? The markets have not shut down. And sure enough, they did an offering. Was it at a lower price than many of us would have liked? Sure, but it was small compared to the ones they've done recently. We bought all the way down. It was a gift for us to have those short raids. As an investor, I always like to hear the other side of the argument. And that's the other unfortunate thing that's going on here, I think. There are people now afraid to talk about why they're bearish on certain stocks. If during our Tesla 2019 experience, if we didn't have the cacophony of investors, sell side, buy side, retail, institutionals, putting down Tesla, we wouldn't have gotten the opportunities to buy it that we did. And we wouldn't have understood how much those investors did not understand what was going to move the stock. That helped us. And if their voices are shut down, I think that will be doing a disservice to all investors, because I want to know, what are the arguments against this position? Clearly, we're missing something, but we weren't when it came to Tesla.
So let's talk about, your big call on Tesla. You've been proven right there. For your big ideas for 2021, you write about, you've got number 7 electric vehicles and number 9 autonomous ride hailing. So we've had news this week from Faraday Future going public in a SPAC. We've got GM's announcement to go all electric by 2035. What's your outlook for EV? And could you imagine ARK investing heavily in names other than Tesla, giving some of this news that we have coming out?
Well, we're looking, because if we're right, this market is going to go from 2.2 million sales, that's units, in 2020, it might be 2.3, to 40 million in 2025. So all of these announcements have increased our confidence that the capital markets are going to finance this transition from internal combustion engine to electric. That's great. Who is going to be leading the charge, so to speak? We still think it is Tesla, certainly in the United States. Even in China, Tesla is the #1 brand. It's been this desire of people, not just investors, but people, to understand how their lives are about to change. And I mean change radically. And I think our success with Tesla and this idea that, wait a minute, electric vehicles are taking off, maybe they were onto something, is giving us more credibility in many, many other of the technologies out there.
How do you know when to sell? Like, in your, what advice can you give to people about that? Because I think for investors, it's harder than figuring out when to buy, is when to sell.
Yes. Well, we have a very disciplined process. And so our minimum hurdle rate of return for a stock to enter the portfolio is 15% at a compound annual rate over 5 years. We expect the stocks in our portfolio to double over the next 5 years. Now, when you have big runs, as we did last year, a lot of stocks drop below that 15% as a 5-year expectation. And so when they drop into the 10 to 15%, we'll be taking profits. So we are selling if they're core to our platforms, then we will probably sell, if we think it's gotten way out of hand, we'll sell it down to 50 basis points. We've gone from 10% to 50 basis points in stocks and exiting some as well. Even if they are core, we just think, okay, they're going to need a long time to grow into this valuation.